Reporting live at Waterford Parkway. As always, it's a taxi man. Right, so the light, the bomb, that's it, drop off. Live. So you can come out and say no, you see me? Reporting live. Reporting live, amen.
Taxi man again, see there? Pro box. What that? Axio. Stoplight drop down. You know, say a man a hold a man there. And if nobody dead or not.
Robbery, good deed and a crash all in one in Portmore. What started out as a transaction over a smartphone evolved into a robbery and a subsequent crash after two men traveling in a grey Toyota Probox motor car that was being operated as a road taxi grabbed the phone from a woman, a would-be vendor, and attempt to make their escape. A police sergeant at the crash scene at the intersection of George J. Boulevard, Waterford Parkway, and Passage Fort Drive in Portmore, St. Catherine, told Loop News that the driver of another motor car saw that unfold and gave chase as the two men in the taxi fled the area. I don't know how it happened, but as soon as you can see it ended in an accident, the sergeant said, as he pointed to the two cars at the crash site. The incident occurred around 1 p.m. on Tuesday. The front of one car, a Toyota Axio, that slammed into one of the traffic signals at the busy intersection and dislodging some of the lights, was severely damaged. The taxi in which the perpetrators were traveling, the policeman said the driver suffered injuries and was taken to the nearby Waterford clinic. The Probox, the back of which rested on the concrete median that divided Passage Fort Drive, was not as badly damaged. However, what happened next, by way of the overall incident, only served to heighten the drama. According to the police sergeant, the fleeing driver and his passenger were reportedly picked up by a person or persons in a white Toyota Mark X motor car in which they made their escape. It appeared they were working together, the lawman said, while a plainclothes policeman dropped crime scene tape around the area, even as a small group of curious onlookers gathered on what was for Jamaicans No Movement Day, aimed at containing the spread of Covid-19 on the island. Police Constable dies from COVID complications. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, is in now mourning at news that a member, Constable Damian Knight, has died from complications associated with COVID-19. Chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation, Corporal Rowan James, confirmed Constable Knight's tragic passing. Knight, who was attached to the Ports Division of the JCF in Montego Bay, St. James, previously worked at several police stations across St. James and was considered an officer with a bright future in the force. According to reports, over recent weeks, he complained of not feeling well, and when his condition began to worsen, he was taken to the Falmouth Hospital, where he was tested, and it was discovered that he was positive for the coronavirus. He was promptly hospitalized, but eventually did not overcome the ailment.
Nicholson, Superintendent of Police, officer in charge of operations. Sometime after 3 p.m. today, we started a joint military operation in the Nagozet community. We carried out several raids right across the community, the aim of capturing wanted men and persons of interest, and also to enforce the Disaster Management Act. So far we have detained 29 persons. We have started the processing. at our temporary command post located in the bus park. And the persons are cooperating. At least 3 persons will be charged for breach of a disastrous management act so far. And we have 2 other persons that we think are of interest that the police will interview further as we go along. So far the operation has been going well. We have no reports of unprofessional conduct, and we are going to continue.
29 held by security forces in Portmore raid on no movement day. Some 29 persons were apprehended by the police and military during a joint security operation in Portmore, St. Catherine on Tuesday. Reports are that about 1:45 p.m. on no movement day, a team of security personnel went to Naggerhead area of Portmore and carried out a raid. During the operation, a group of persons was taken into custody for processing. The police said coming out of the exercise, 3 persons from the group were up to late Tuesday found to be wanted for several serious crimes and were charged with the relevant offenses. The other persons were still being processed up to early Wednesday.